And the chase is back on now. We're only getting the information we need in each shot. They run, he runs, they run. Buster finds the truck. He's in the truck, cutaway, back to him already in the cab. Quick swift curve. He's hop up onto the top of the truck, sliding over. It's all very rapid. Buster will seem to defy the laws of physics in a moment, hopping off the truck, and he's already standing still. Let's take a look at how that was achieved. Okay, we're cranking at 14 frames per second. We can see them wait, look around, and then run off. Buster does what we think of as a keystone hop to give definition to his body before he takes off out of the shot. And we can really see how much time actually it took here for him to see the truck run up into it. Cutaway covers this jump in time. You can see him cover that clasp there. And because there are no pauses here, it looks like one quick, swift move up onto the top of the truck. You can see his body weight here. They're cued specifically as soon as he gets to the edge of the truck to run into the shot. And you'll notice there's a jump cut, and that's how that other magic trick was done. Buster hops off the side and boom, and he's covered by the wheel, further assisting that illusion. Let's take a look even closer, because we never noticed this, but hey, the truck driver arrives. In all this, sits down, puts the truck in gear, and sits and waits for somebody to cue him. And as soon as Buster hops off, jump cut, Buster stands there, creating this amazing illusion. Let's look at that. Again at projected speed. So the pauses here are completely gone. Just gives you rapid movement. And this cutaway assists with the elision in time. There are no pauses here, so it's this quick sweep up onto the top, slide, run. And we're not even really paying attention to the truck driver, but he's there now. We know that. And here comes that jump cut. Very carefully done. Okay, let's move on to the next sequence. And we'll see that Virginia Fox and that little dog take quite a beating there, especially when we look at this at the speed it was shot at. But we just need to know that the man comes in, gets in the way of her and her dog, gets into an argument, and Buster enters. And this gag is very carefully choreographed. It's not just Buster doing a gag, it's him and the other man who've carefully worked this whole thing out together. There's a cutaway, and Buster takes off. There's a jump cut there that I don't understand. It doesn't look like there's film missing necessarily because the camera position changes slightly, so there might be a cutaway missing. Let's look at this at shot speed, cranking at 16. Look at that. Oof! That dog definitely got some sort of dog whiplash or something. Clearly, a Virginia Fox, not a stunt worker. But they're taking their time. You can see the argument they're sort of having here. The amount of time it takes for Buster to look, react, and then take off. And watch carefully how the two of them coordinate. This is almost like a dance. Buster snaps his head back, making his hat fly off, carefully planting his head between the guy's legs. They grab each other and flip over. And that's a hard fall. He's breaking his fall with his feet first, but that is torso on cement, followed by Buster Keaton landing on your torso. In a moment, we're going to look at that even more closely and slow down. Look, his fist lands flat on his collarbone. Boom. Not in his face. He staggers back, takes a moment to stand still for definition, plants his head between the guy's legs. They reach for each other's hands, lock hands. They crouch and then leap up and flip. And watch this. Feet and then torso, then oof, Buster. That's gotta hurt. I hope they didn't have to do that too many times. There's your cutaway. Again, the pause, then he walks. Buster, and there's their jump cut. Hopefully a print will turn up someday with the other couple of feet of film that goes there. You can see the conversation they have. Cop shoves the guy away, kicking him, and walks off. Let's look at that again. At projection speed, 24 frames per second. Boing. We're not really paying attention to what happens to that dog, but I hope that dog's all right. Well, it's dead now. Argument, reaction, argument, reaction. Buster does something, and all that choreography and the pauses, it just looks like one and flip, like flipping a pancake. But it's carefully choreographed so that it will give this illusion when shown at projected speed. We're not really paying attention to what they're saying to each other. Are you all right, miss? Get out of here. and the cop says, "Good day, miss," and walks off. All right, getting back to those cops that we're chasing. Where are those guys? Oh, here they come. 1, 2, 3. Very swiftly done. They see Buster, get up, and chase him out of the shot. In the next shot, you'll notice Buster runs in, and he hops on the train exactly the same time the conductor does. Buster should hear that the train is moving and notice he's not moving. Again, this is a silent movie, so we believe what he shows us he hears. And here come the cops. In the next shot, you'll notice the train is moving along at a good clip, and Buster and then the cops get on it. When we look at this at cranking speed, we'll notice it's not really moving quite so fast. Notice nobody notices Buster till he's all the way through the car. The same will happen with the cops, but we totally buy it. And there's a jump cut coming up here. I don't know if film is missing or is this very clever, careful cut to cover the time it takes for Buster to uncouple those cars. Goodbye. All right, let's take a look at this at cranking speed. Here we're cranking at 16 frames per second. And the policemen are cued. As soon as that thing opens and hits the ground, hurl yourselves out. Look how much time it takes for them, and their body weight is much heavier. They look around. Hey, that's that guy. They stand up, and now they chase him out of the shot. Again, notice that Buster runs in, and they both board the train at the exact same time. At 18 frames, goodbye. Quick chorus of So Long Elmer. But we're back at 16. He has some trouble with his hat here, but he's got to stall until enough of the train separates so the audience watching the film can register what Buster is supposed to have registered. As soon as he hits the ground, the cops are cued to run into the shot. Now, in this next shot, you'll see the train isn't moving all that fast. It is moving, but just fast enough for Buster and the other guys to get on it. When it's shown faster, it will look like it's running faster. So it's the camera speed and the train speed. Look how much time it takes for Buster to run through and for everybody to notice him. Notice that he looks to the front and then, oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to get that prop. And to unhook the train. Again, the cops run through, nobody notices them until they're all the way through. There's a jump cut here. There's the splice, and here's the other end of it, and we move on. Possibly a foot or two is taken out to cover the time it takes for Buster. Maybe he had a hard time uncoupling those cars. Not as easy as it was for him when he was doing the general, but he had some help in that picture, of course. All right, let's look at that at projected speed again. Again, those pauses that were put in are completely gone. Their body weight is completely different, almost as if they had been thrown out. I've never really noticed the conductor boarded the train at the same time as Buster until I slowed this down. And again, he's stalling with the business with his hat until we in the audience notice what he notices. Boom, and enter the shot, cops. And you'll notice again, at projected speed, the train does look like it's moving at the same speed it was in the other shot. But we know that it wasn't. Just enough for them to get on it. We completely buy him entering, they react. The pauses completely disappear again. We don't really notice that he's looked to the front of the train, then turned around to grab the prop. It's all happening so quickly we don't even notice that jump cut. I even didn't notice until I slowed the whole thing down. He takes his time. Look how long it takes for him to wave. He takes plenty of time. Waving. He blows him a kiss. Goodbye. We iris out and move on to the next section of the film.